Welcome to the Turtle Club.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Turtle Club.
Was that your first intro?
Turtle Club.
Oh, sorry. I just ruined it.
How dare you?
Did I just ruin your first intro?
Yeah, you did, but that's fine. We'll just keep going with it because you're a fucking asshole.
Yeah, that was really fucked up, Michael.
Cool, good
We're used
job.
to Italians.
Alan, like, put a lot of thought into
Sicilians
that.
interrupting us.
Wait, hold on. I'm pretty sure when I did my first intro, you guys interrupted me.
No, well,
it's
you're
probably 'cause
We would
deserved
never
it.
do
yeah,
that.
like what? Like Michael, like you're a different person. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
I don't.
a
That's not even
sweet-
relevant information.
Yeah, I'm like a very sweet man.
Hi everybody, I'm Eli.
Hold on. And you're like a fucking, 3 steps from an ape. Hey, Eli, I'm Alan.
Hi, Eli. I'm Dave.
Hey,
Michael, this
ape
is the
man.
part where you introduce yourself
I
and
don't
say
wanna
you're
talk.
an
Yeah.
alcoholic.
I don't want to talk.
Michael,
That was both
Strong
my
together.
impression of an ape and Tim Allen.
wait, that was you, Alan, that whole time? Like that was such a good Michael impersonation.
That was Tim Allen. That's
Like,
spot on.
I don't know which one to shoot.
Both.
What? Why do we have a gun?
Because this is America, pal.
We're in a Wendy's.
So, this was my month of movies, and I'm
chose
very
terribly.
happy. No, I'm actually.
Hey
very
guys,
happy.
I'm Michael. Welcome to the Turtle Club.
All right, I'll give you that.
Yeah, I hate to do it, but
A broke clock always finds its nut.
Wait.
well, and just like that, the moments passed and it's wrong again.
All right,
So-
that's the episode. Have a good one.
See you guys next week. That's all
That was
for
2 hours,
American
right?
Pastoral. So yeah, this was my month, and I was very excited for a theme, and we'll talk more about what the theme was. I honestly forget if I said the theme at the end of the last.
You said it was bad movies.
Yeah, and I think it was perfect. So, look, the 2 movies we're going to talk about this month. First up, right now, this week, let's talk about one of Michael's favorite films, American Pastoral.
Oh boy.
Could
It
not
came
stop
out-
talking about it.
January 20th, 2017, $149,000 domestic box office.
It's
Nothing for that? No shock?
Well, I mean
What?
that
No,
that doesn't
that's
shock
too
me
much
at all.
money.
That sounds about right.
Who would want to see this movie? Who would? Do you think you could edit a
You
trailer
are
for this?
so wrong, Michael. There are so many people that would like this movie.
What are you? I
There's
don't
an
get it
audience.
though.
Sadly, yeah.
To
I
me-
feel like there would be.
To me, like I don't like the movie outside of its horribly weird themes. Okay. I feel like
I mean, yeah. Tim
you
Allen's
can't
the
even
one.
edit a trailer together that seems interesting. This movie isn't even interesting if you are a sick freak weirdo.
This is
Well-
some shit that my grandparents would watch and love.
But like,
Oh, yeah.
like in
Like my
theaters,
mom
would they
too.
go see it? No.
Yeah, absolutely they would.
Oh,
They-
wow.
all the time. They come back.
yeah.
They're like, "Oh, we went to the movies." I'm like, "What'd you watch?" And they're like, "We watched this movie, Wonder. Have you heard of it?" I'm like, "No, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about." Like, they're the ones who are.
Oh, Wonder, that was a book about a kid with disabilities or something, or autism or something.
Yeah, that's what they said. I don't. But
just like
they
you.
all the time they like talk about movies. They're the ones who
Oh,
see
yeah,
all
they
the
do
God's
want
Not Dead movies in theaters.
I have seen all of them as well.
But do you see them in theaters?
No, but there was a new one. Wasn't there God's Not Dead 4?
What, there's 4 of them?
4 or 5. It was one of them.
What
There's
the
a lot.
I'm still
and-
getting so
I've seen the
many
first-
God ads.
Okay,
and,
God's Not Dead.
YouTube
Oh wait,
ads.
We the People. No, I've seen 4. I have not seen 5, which just came out.
Yeah, it's bad. But yeah, I'm saying that there is an audience for this movie. Like, this is a boring ass, trite movie, but also it has a fan base because it's based on a book.
I gotta say, I didn't think it was that boring because I was constantly watching it like in complete confusion.
Well, yeah, but it's not like. It's only interesting if you're like a sick freak, you know. Like I can't see my mom would watch this movie and be like, "That wasn't good." Like that's.
Before we even like hardcore get into this, because there's a lot to say. Can we just talk about the concept?
Oh
Hold on,
yeah.
Before we do that,
Yeah,
can
the
I talk
concept
Oh,
about-
okay,
sucks.
Alan, go.
That's
Alan,
the
this is your
concept.
episode.
let me talk about why I chose this. and how it came to be. So, my wonderful wife, she first off was under the impression. I'm sorry.
No, continue.
Cut that.
Cut that.
She thought that this podcast was just about reviewing bad, terrible movies.
Okay.
And
I mean, fair.
Fair, absolutely fair. And
I mean, that is what we've done for 3 years in a row. So
Kangaroo Jack wasn't that bad.
Okay.
So I told her that, we started this new format where we each choose 2 movies a month, but I thought you guys were choosing too many good movies, and that our bread and butter is really in talking about terrible, shitty films.
Yeah.
And something that I struggle with that my wife is really good at, and I don't know if you guys have the same issue that I do. Can you get an erection?
Dude, not if you do, unless you do a lot of freaky shit. Okay.
Amen, dude. Like watch American Pastoral.
Like, oh
Yeah,
my
keep it
god,
on the background while I
the incest scene. I shouldn't finish this.
Yeah, don't.
So, but what she can do that I always struggle with is, with our kid, sometimes he'll be down. So it's like, we gotta, like, if we're gonna watch something, just put on a movie right now. And she's really good at being like, I don't know, let's just watch this one. Whereas I feel the need to go through, like, every single channel.
Sometimes I'll get in a mood where I will just pick some random shit, but 90% of the time I take forever to pick something.
Same here. And, like, sometimes we end up with good stuff. Like, the other day, I had never seen 3 Billboards Outside.
Oh, that's a decent movie. That's a decent movie, except for the one scene that's a flashback where the mom goes, yeah, well, I hope you get raped. And then she does get raped.
What a
Yeah,
twist.
and then it happens.
That was wild.
That was like, okay, Jesus fucking Christ. But other than that, I did like that movie.
So she isn't a good mom? But, so one day we were browsing, we're like, we got to find something to watch. And she was like, oh, what's this? So we watched this, and we were just like, this is such a dog shit, terrible movie. And right when it was done, she was like, you should choose this and make them watch this movie.
Oh my god.
When was this? Was
And
this very recently?
No, this was like, this has been my plan for this month since like January.
Oh wow.
So I was just like, that's a genius idea. It's beautiful. And to lift the curtain back a little bit, to everyone listening, there's a bit of a rule of we don't generally say our opinions or talk about the movies before the episodes.
Oh my god,
But
yeah.
I was
been
getting a
struggling.
lot of hate messages.
I can read the messages if people would like.
No, yeah,
I would
no,
love
we
you
need
to.
context here.
I think I was the first to start it off. Is that correct?
I think you were the first to watch it.
Oh, was I?
Well, because you also messaged me while you were watching it separately.
Oh, did I text you? Did I text you about it or the chat?
That
The
sounds like
first
something
thing you
would
did was
do,
text
like
me
texting
about
him.
it.
Oh, here. Okay, so I said in the chat, Alan, American Pastoral sucks. It's a nothing movie. Closed-minded dad is annoying to daughter who randomly blows the fuck out of a grocery store. Cool. Fuck you for making me watch this. Fuck you for making me talk about it. I could watch some other fucking dumb horror movie called like Stabbin' Hookers 3 Cum Sluts, but no, I have to watch this. And then you said, save it for the pod.
Yeah, and here we are.
I mean, very, very duly. Good job on keeping to the regiment here.
But before that, you had texted me saying, Alan, what the fuck is this movie? And
Yeah.
I turned to Laura and I said, I bet he's at the scene where she says, kiss me like you kiss mommy.
Okay, I can't.
Okay,
What the fuck?
Like,
I am so. That was the moment where I'm like, Alan, what the fuck, you asshole, you
Yeah, dude, I
fucking
tapped
dickhead,
out. I
you
was so
fucking
fucking
dickhead.
confused.
I was so upset. There's a fucking daughter with a stupid ass stutter in a fucking car, and she's like, "Kiss me, daddy," and then he kisses her, and she's like, "Kiss me how you kiss mommy," and then he gets mad at her and yells at her, and then he apologizes
her
for
and he
yelling
makes
at her.
and he makes fun of her stutter.
Like, what?
get rocked, little dumbass.
It's like that scene in Billy Madison. It was like, today, Junior.
Yeah.
Like, fucking, what the fuck is this? Why does his, like, what is she, like, 11, 12 in that scene?
Yeah.
She wants to
Gotta
make out
be.
with her dad in the truck. Like the
Well,
fuck.
okay,
is
so
this?
okay,
What the
wait. So we
hell?
need to pause for a second because I need to bring up a bigger thought. Then, if we're going to talk about this now,
Okay.
they have this thing early in the movie that I thought the movie was going to be about because it's so pronounced. They talk to like a doctor or psychiatrist at one point or something, and they say pretty much that the daughter has the hots for the dad, right? Do you guys remember the scene I'm talking about?
The therapist
that
was
she's
just
jealous
like, yeah,
of the
you got
mom.
the.
She's jealous of the
football star
mom.
Dad and the
She's jealous of the
pageant
mom and kind of has a thing for the dad. And then she says the thing about kissing, and I like genuinely thought that the movie was going to be about some like weird incest shit, but then it's dropped after that, right?
completely.
Oh yeah, it's
Never brought up
back
again.
Like
Like
flat.
the because you can't even like psychoanalyze the character of the daughter and be like, this is why she made some of the choices she made, because one, it wouldn't even make sense, and two, she has like no consistent character to even psychoanalyze. So
You
like,
can't make out with a cow. I mean, you got to find some dude to make.
Can,
out
okay,
with.
can I just do a brief overview of the plot of this? Can I get real quick?
unless
guess.
Alan has it written down, I'm cool with it.
No, go for it.
Okay, the fucking plot of this is that it's about like an all-American perfect family from New Jersey that inherits a glove factory,
Glove factory.
and then
Glove factory.
they are growing up in the countryside outside of New Jersey. And they have cows, and it's the 50s, and then their daughter slowly gets. And again, I'm sorry if this is a bad explanation, but it's how the movie plays out. This is how it works. The daughter just suddenly decides to become a radical, like violent, like hippie leftist, like
No, it was
terrorist.
because she
Aggressively
saw
radical,
the
yeah.
the monk set himself on fire.
Because
but-
yeah, and
So, but what Eli's point is saying is like she's just like a normal girl, and then she sees like some political things and she gets mad about it, and then literally out of nowhere, and I don't think I'm being dramatic, out of nowhere bombs a fucking post office.
and it's
She
so
yells at her parents
weird.
with the hamburgers. Don't forget that scene. There's the hamburger scene.
Oh, we cannot forget the hamburgers.
No, that's an important scene where she all of
there-
a sudden gets insanely mad after making them hamburgers.
So.
It's
She
not the
blows up the
hamburger
post
that she
office, and it's
made.
supposed to be like a mystery if she actually did it or not. And it's like, what are you?
But she goes
talking
missing
about?
after that.
Convenience store, post office type thing. Yeah.
She goes missing after that.
And then it's all about like Ewan McGregor, who also directed this and starred in it, dealing with her missing and the fact that she's being investigated by the FBI, and like
his life falls apart, and
like
like
it just
is
slowly
like
falls
30
apart.
minutes in too, right? At this point.
That happens so early in, and then the rest of the movie is just
boring,
consequences.
You're
But-
forgetting
it's
an
just
important
boring
part of the
wham,
movie.
My life fell
What are
apart
we
'cause
forgetting,
My daughter's
Alan?
a lefty.
That it starts with some guy at a high school reunion.
Oh yeah,
saying
the framing
like,
device.
Oh my
man,
god. Yeah.
sweet,
The,
that was the coolest guy ever. And then the guy's like, yeah, that was my brother. He's dead. He's
Yeah.
like, oh.
yeah, it's got a
Okay.
the
framing
fucking writer
device.
patting himself on the
I
back.
forgot about
Yeah.
that because it's so nothing in the movie
It's
that I forgot.
it's so
it.
not necessary. So okay, so this
World-class
is based on a
writer,
book.
Last to hear.
Yes. Can I talk about the book?
Yes, Alan, please.
So
Oh wait, we
here's-
need to finish the plot of the movie.
Oh well,
sorry.
okay.
Yeah.
Like he
And then
finds his
she-
daughter.
And she's like a weird hippie pacifist
Well,
in
the
some
lady
weird
Weird Al
commune.
tries to get him to finger her.
And like yes, and like she doesn't shower because it hurts the animals or some shit. And
Yeah, she lives under a
she's like
bridge or
super
something.
passive, yeah, and like tells him to leave, and like he won't leave, and there's this whole scene. And then he's like, "Hey, did you bomb that place?" And she was like, "Yeah." And then he was like, "Did you do any other bombings?" And she was like, "Yeah." And
Like
it's
tons.
like, "Oh, yeah." And it's like,
Couple.
it's like okay. And then
fucking around, you know.
and then she just leaves. And then like they leave each other forever, and then
goes back to the bridge.
yeah, and then the movie ends with what's his face dying, Ewan McGregor,
sweet.
and
Of
she
pancreatic
comes
cancer.
up to the funeral.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
she
there's,
shows
like,
up at the funeral, and then it just sort of ends there.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And
Alan,
you
continue
was-
with the book, please.
You assume that she's fine because no one's like, what the fuck's with that chick's meth teeth? So, all right, let's see. Here, sorry, hold on.
Real quick, while you're
my
getting that,
goodness.
I'm
He's
watching.
waking up.
I'm on IMDb for the movie, and the trailers that they're showing are just the DVD menu and then the interviews with the actors.
I mean, those are good things. That sounds more interesting than the movie.
It kind of is.
Here, hold on. I know this is not professional, but my wife is now in the room. Sweetie, do you want to say anything into the podcast about American Pastoral? Just say it into the podcast.
Just that I thought you guys were picking bad movies, and so I chose it because it was so bad. And then all week, Alan's been telling me, he's been telling you, I chose it because it's my favorite. And then the slanderous lie.
Yeah, good projection.
I mean, is it not?
Yeah, no, this is definitely your favorite movie.
I don't
This
believe
is
her
your
for a
favorite
second.
movie.
Yeah, I'm not buying it. Good fucking try, buddy.
Yeah, way to
good,
lie. Way to lie
good
to his
fucking
friends.
lie.
Oh, man, it's insane why anybody
Bad
trusts
wife.
me.
She should get a new one.
Whoa.
Jesus. Even I wouldn't say that, you know? Like,
I don't know. That sounded like a thing Michael would fucking say.
It did sound like, although if Michael said it, would have sounded more like.
Those Tim Allen impersonations are spot on.
Tell us about the fucking book.
Oh yeah, the book. Sorry, I was watching on my baby on the baby monitor suck his hand, his whole hand.
Gets that from his father.
We all been there.
I am, like I found out, a third Sicilian.
Wow.
That is
and
a
you
fact.
made a Sicilian.
Oh god, I didn't even think about that.
You made a one.
Cut
Your
that.
son's gonna be Sicilian.
A
Cut this.
1/6
Bleep it.
Sicilian?
Yeah,
Is that how
bleep
that
it,
works?
bleep it,
Bleep it, bleep it,
bleep it.
bleep this out. Okay, so here's the book description. Here is Philip Roth's masterpiece, featuring Nathan Zuckerman, who's the author at the beginning, in the story of Swede Lvov, a legendary athlete at his Newark high school, who grows up in the booming post-war years to marry a former Miss New Jersey, inherit his father's glove factory, and move into a stone house in the idyllic hamlet of Old Rimrock. And then one day in 1968, Swede's beautiful American luck deserts him. For Swede's adored daughter, Mary, has grown from a loving, quick-witted girl into a sullen, fanatical teenager. A teenager capable of an outlandishly savage act of domestic terrorism. And overnight, Swede is wrenched out of this longed-for American pastoral and into the indigenous American berserk. Compulsively readable, propelled by sorrow, rage, and a deep compassion for its characters, American Pastoral gives us Philip Roth the height of his powers. So, what the book is about, and it goes more into it in the book, is that guy at the beginning in the high school reunion talks to his brother, and he also meets with Swede. That's like at the beginning of the book. And Swede is remarried and has 3 sons. So this marriage falls apart, and he gets remarried, has a whole new family, and that's all this guy knows. And so the book is that author imagining what must have happened in this guy's life.
Oh.
So this is not what happened in the life of Swede Lvov. This is what
He
this
thinks
author
happened.
assumes, like, well, I know his daughter bombed that post office, so I bet this happened.
What the
That's
fuck? So this is just
weird.
speculation
I
about
don't
this
know
dude's
if I
sad
like
life?
that.
Okay, it gets
No,
weirder.
that's dumb as fuck.
Ready? Based on a real guy, Seymour the Swede Mason, who is a Jewish collegiate athlete with 2 kids that went to this high school and then moved to the countryside and sold liquor. So that's a guy that the author, Philip Roth, went to high school with and thought he was cool. So the author, Philip Roth, thought about this guy, Swede,
I thought
and
he was
then wrote
cool.
a book about an author who met a guy named Swede, thought he was cool, and wrote a book about his life.
Why is this book so beloved? This sounds so stupid.
Yeah, it sounds insane.
I feel like this is like the boomer pat on the back, like, look at the America we had versus what they did to it.
Well, so I did some research on the book as well. And I haven't read the book, so this is all just coming from what I have done Googling. But from what I can tell, the movie takes a side on these, and while the book does not.
Right.
Oh,
the
what's
book
the
is
side?
more-
The
book is
movie
more
is
about,
like pretty conservative, I would say.
Oh god,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah, very.
the book presents these things as basically an all critical like idea of American life, where it's supposed to be criticizing both sides for different things. And like
Well,
they
see,
basically
what
the hypocrisy of everybody in America at
Right.
this time.
That's what I
Yeah.
had read that the book was more about, is that everyone's life looks peaceful, but they're all doing something wrong is going on in everyone's life, and something's going bad, and they're hiding something.
And in the
Like,
book,
okay. Yeah.
like, so there's a very weird bit in the movie where the wife suddenly wants plastic surgery,
Yeah.
and
then-
it's portrayed as evil.
Yeah.
It's like an awful, terrible, like one of the, like, it's honestly supposed to be one of the worst things that happens to Ewan McGregor's character.
Yes.
Is his wife wanting plastic surgery. It is so strange. And apparently in the book, it, like, his character Swede is, like, so proud that, like, he has, like, a traditional family life that he himself sees this as welcoming evil into his home because it's so artificial to him, and he is not portrayed as in the right or in the wrong. That is just how it is presented. And, like, the whole thing is, like, a criticism of, like, itself, basically. And I think that's why a lot of people really love the book, but I don't see myself ever reading the book, just because this movie was so bad.
No, holy crap, yeah.
It makes me confused about Ewan McGregor's politics as well.
Like,
Because is he just like a huge right winger?
like, it's so you know how some people like will make the argument that Forrest Gump is more conservative than it probably is because of the Jenny plot line.
Oh yeah, I would say it's like a conservative leaning movie for sure. Yeah.
I would say it's not as crazy as some people portray it, but yes,
No.
I'd
I mean,
say it is
kinda
pro-America.
right-ish.
But
Very pro America.
but
Yes.
imagine that times 10, and the perspective is Jenny's father.
Yeah, that's what this movie feels like. Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
and in Forrest Gump, Jenny's father is rightly like portrayed as an abuser. In this, you're supposed to empathize with him. Like, that's what this movie is. It's about a guy who's an all-American guy who did nothing wrong but love his family, and then all the women in his life went crazy.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah, the lefties took over my women.
They all went glove crazy.
Yeah.
That
Glove
scene
fever.
where he's describing how to put on a glove for the first time, it is the most
yeah.
into it he is in this movie. Like,
It's
his
insane.
character has no excitement. He's not, and see, he doesn't really seem to care about anything except when he's
No.
describing to a woman how to put on a glove for the first time. It's like sexual.
I gotta ask, like, the girl that came to to put on the glove and send the letter or whatever, is that like a friend of the daughter?
Okay,
or
hold
what
on.
the fuck
Before we
was
get into that, we mentioned, you know, as Ewan McGregor, what his politics were.
Yeah.
I googled
Yeah.
it. Ewan McGregor identifies as a feminist.
Oh, well, there we go. Him and Neil Gaiman.
He did. He has contributed.
Wow.
He's contributed to Democratic groups such as Moms Fed Up
And, like,
and
and-
Citizens United and Blue
he's,
Wave
like,
America.
A big. He's the star of Train Spotting, and like that's a super liberal movie too.
So is this just like an accident?
I don't
be.
get it. This because like
mean-
to me, an actor who like adapts, directs, and stars in a movie, that's like their passion project. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like
What
this has to be a passion project for him. So I don't know how it could be an accident.
So
Can I say one more thing
I'm-
that Google came up with on Ewan McGregor?
Yeah.
The Google question, who did Ewan McGregor leave his wife for? Ewan McGregor left his wife for Mary Elizabeth, and now his lover has also left him. Ewan McGregor has been abandoned by the woman for whom he ended his 22-year marriage.
Hell yeah.
It's like it just gets needlessly opinionated at the end.
Yeah.
So
Well, I wonder if it's
the
this.
IMDb on here fucking says that like there was originally a cast for the movie, and they all dropped out in 2004 for Ewan McGregor to pick it back up.
Yeah, it sounds like this
So-
got stuck in development hell for forever.
Yeah, but like, how much did he shape it?
I think a lot.
Well, probably a lot. Well, while I was watching it, I like as soon as I learned that it was adapted from a book, it started to make more sense to me because it feels like someone adapting scenes from a book without actually
Yeah.
thinking about their intention at all.
Yeah, that's a good
So
point.
I
Yes.
wonder if
Yeah.
part of it is because he's never directed and he doesn't know how to get his thoughts across.
Like
Like, this might be a shitty director at work.
it really is. Like none of it makes any sense. Like things just happen and there's no through line, there's no commitment to it. Like
No, the daughter storyline is seriously maybe one of the worst storylines I've ever.
Very like there's so many hard turns like all over the place.
So the chick with the Weird Al wig,
who introduces herself as Rita.
yes.
She shows up pretending to be someone who's doing a story on glove factories.
Happens all the time.
And Ewan McGregor's character, Sweet, is like, yeah, that checks out.
Yeah.
I'm
you
gonna
know
give
what?
this lady a tour of my glove factory, and then I'm gonna get her a new glove. And I'm gonna
I'm gonna
talk
put
about
it
it in the
on her.
weirdest way possible. But then Rita, like, basically reveals, like, hey, I know your daughter. Like, she wants this thing from you. And then he shows up to meet her at a hotel room and give her the stuff, and then she tries to fuck him?
Yeah, but
that
weirdly,
was-
like while
that was
also
awkward.
taunting him.
It's like, okay, so there's the scene right there where, like, it's like a straw man for, like, evil leftist liberals, where she's criticizing his glove factory for, like, abusing its workers, and he's like, none of this has anything to do with anything. I don't abuse my workers. I don't do, like, I'm just an honest business owner. I contribute to this country. You do nothing. And, like, all of her information is wrong. And I'm like, what is this? Like, it feels
I
like
love that part.
it feels like conservatives like wanting to win an argument with
Yeah.
someone that they invented. Like, this is Ewan McGregor arguing with a leftist
Yeah.
woman in the shower.
Yeah,
Yes.
I needed to win here, and this is the way I'm gonna do it. Make a movie.
It's just, but he seems like he's not conservative. It's just weird though.
And then when she's trying to fuck him and she's being all sexual, there's a part that made me laugh really hard because this is like, you know, like when a character says something that truly reflects your thoughts on something. He goes, "This has nothing to do with anything." And I'm like, yes,
Yeah.
that is true.
You're right.
cooking.
Like,
You
you know
nailed
what,
it.
Swede? You're absolutely right. This has nothing to do with anything. This is nonsense.
Well, then when he asked her daughter, like, what about your friend that you said? She was like, I didn't say anyone.
Yeah. What the fuck was that? What the fuck is that?
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck
this
is
girl
that?
just randomly showing up to harass this
He's-
man because fuck
Just
it.
some horny chick in a Weird Al wig that wanted
Like-
$5,000.
And the daughter's like, I have no idea who the fuck you're talking about. I'm like, what? Then where did she get the daughter's jacket? Like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
None
I'm
of it-
angry.
None of it makes sense.
I rolled a joint for this. I'm gonna smoke it. Maybe that'll calm me down.
Oh, yeah, dude.
The fucking cloth over the daughter's mouth. Every single
Oh my
time I see it,
gosh.
it makes me laugh because it's the dumbest fucking thing ever.
So that
Oh
is
yeah.
a real
Oh yeah.
thing.
Wait, we didn't talk about this. She has a stutter, and then the stutter goes away when she's a hippie, and I think it's supposed to be symbolic of something, but I don't know what it's supposed to be symbolic of.
Well, so remember
She stopped holding it in.
the therapist was saying it's like a mental block.
Yeah, but
But then-
what is it? Is it implying that it's good that she did all this?
No, I think it's just that she was supposed to be like, I don't know. You know, I don't know.
Yeah,
But
like
that-
that's the
right?
problem though. That's the problem though. When you're adapting something that's supposed to be criticizing everything
Or nuanced?
or
Like, and then
nuanced, and you just take all that out, this is what you get. Where it just doesn't. You don't understand the motivations of anything.
no.
I just didn't question it till I tried to be like, no, I understand it, and then I was like, wait a second.
But
I got
because
nothing to back this
like
up.
she and correct me if I'm wrong,
Man.
but what happens to her is portrayed as incredibly tragic and sad and not good. Correct?
Well,
Yeah.
she gets like,
Yeah.
you know,
Raped. She's
Assaulted
raped.
and-
Yeah, and
yeah, I was gonna say assaulted.
Sorry, is that not a word people say?
No, you can say rape. That's
That's
what that
not
is.
a word people
Okay.
say.
Yeah.
That's what they use in the movie.
So she got raped, and like she like lives like a bummy life. Like it's portrayed like she got manipulated by the left and is like ruined now. Like she's too far gone. But she loses her stutter, which symbolically in like meanings of movies, I think would mean that the person has like grown and like gotten past what was bothering them, meaning they're in a better place. So which is it?
Oh, see, I didn't take it as she was brainwashed by the left as much as she was mentally messed up from what she did.
Well, I think initially she was brainwashed by the left. I think the point is she got brainwashed by the
Yeah.
left, and so this is what
I feel like that's the weird
this is what
message they're trying
happened.
to send.
It's like
Leftovers.
it's like the reefer madness, you know, like
Yes.
You know
you let your
that's-
kids smoke a reefer once, and they're
You
gonna
know that
blow up a
scene where
convenience store.
she gets picked up on the train station, and then the cop's like, "Come on, there's gonna be a riot around here. You got to get in the car. Get out of here."
yeah.
And then a group of black men is portrayed as like evil group of thugs trying to like knock over the car or something, and she rolls down the window and starts screaming black power at them,
yeah.
Puts her fist out the window,
and they're
shit.
all like faceless villains. Like it feels
Yes.
like how a conservative uncle would feel like walking through a black neighborhood. He'd be like ducking down like, oh no, like not looking anyone in the eyes because how dare he like walk near a black person. Like it's like this movie portrays black
It's
people in such
it's
an awful way.
it's definitely like a weird propaganda movie. That's what makes me
what
think.
That's supposed to be is in the middle of the Newark riots in 1967.
Mm-hmm.
Like that in the book, that's what they're in the middle of are those riots.
Yeah.
So like again, I think this is like a side effect of him being a shitty director, where like
He
it
didn't
looks
communicate
like
that.
Right? Yeah, it's supposed to be they're in the middle of this like historic
Huge riot.
event.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's
I,
not.
it's just
It-
four
yeah.
black guys flipping a car.
I thought of a cool alternate ending, alternate title for this movie. There's something about Mary.
Something about Mary.
Yeah.
I hate this movie so goddamn much. I genuinely, and we're gonna review my movies after this, Alan, but I almost changed my movies completely just to try and piss you off. But I had enough time because we delayed recording that I didn't. I'm not going to, but I came so close because of how much I hated this movie.
I was so proud of Laura for suggesting that we watch this movie. I was like, that's a great idea.
Yeah, holy
This is
crap!
like-
What a pick.
This is like, can you guys like just like really step aside from the fact that you had to watch this and appreciate the fact that the woman I married was like, you should make them watch American Pastoral. That'd be
She's
fun.
cool.
I'll give her props. Like
That's
she
funny.
picked a very good bad movie.
Also, just like as far as like the weird like conservative propaganda, the Jewish dad is portrayed
Oh, yeah.
as wrong every time he talks.
Yeah.
He's like
Yeah.
portrayed as like a villain in this movie because he doesn't
Not
want
even
to
the villain, just
like-
like an idiot, kinda.
like.
What do you mean?
He's
I don't wanna watch
right.
every day?
Most of the points he makes, he is correct.
Yeah.
Like they're in the country, and he's like, "This is Ku Klux Klan country," and they're like, don't worry about it. Nothing could happen. It's like, what do you like? He's portrayed as like a paranoid leftist who won't even visit the country. But like, what do you like? What is the? I don't like this movie. When the wife gets the plastic surgery, the dad is the one who's like, "Oh, she looks great. Who cares?" And it's like, he's portrayed like an idiot because Ewan McGregor's like, you're supposed to like be on the side of like, what an evil, terrible thing this awful woman did to her face.
And she has that one really weird scene where she gets drunk and takes all of her clothes off and dances in
Yeah,
his
she has like a
glove.
mental breakdown.
Oh yeah, she gets naked in the glove factory.
Yeah, which if it's a crime to get naked in glove
yeah.
factories.
I think that says a lot about how
glove factories have you been
stupidly
to?
insane this movie is. That a woman literally dances naked through a glove factory, and like it was like an afterthought.
Yeah.
Such an afterthought. Like it didn't even register for me.
This is
so
the type of
fucking
bad
weird.
movie where like it exists. It is a movie, but it just makes me so upset watching.
It
Well,
The interesting thing about this too is I feel like it is like whoever wrote it or like even Ewan McGregor, it feels like he was like an ultra paranoid dad. Like he just had like he's like in Alan's situation. Like he just had a baby and he's like, oh my god, what if I
ultra paranoid? I was like,
what
what
if-
my number?
what if I fuck up my child's life and they become a lefty hippie who lives in the dirt? Oh my
Under a
god.
bridge and bombs convenience stores.
Oh my god. Will she still come to my funeral?
You guys want to hear some reviews of American Pastoral from 2016?
Yes, please.
Oh God, please.
This is from Melissa G. This is only a
Oh.
month ago.
Okay.
So she might have watched it because we announced it on this podcast. We don't know.
Oh yeah, of course.
4 stars, gut-wrenching, thought-provoking to say the least. Great acting and staging of the story. Great isn't the best word, but I just turned off the film and I am an emotional wreck. I want to hug my parents and my children. I am so grateful for my life. My problem seems so trivial in the grand scheme of what could be. Not to say each decision has been stellar, but it could be so much worse. Wow. Also, Jennifer Connelly is gorgeous.
Yeah, the emotion it fucking calls forth. Are
Was this on
rage and
Letterboxd?
anger, and why the fuck am I
This is
watching
on
this?
Google.
Oh, okay.
So it sounds like that lady probably fucked up her life.
That is.
She bombed a couple places.
Hey, you know what? Can I say just a random, very off-topic thing right now?
What?
Have you guys noticed when you go to sporting events or like anything at an arena or stadium, they have to open your beer for you there?
Yep.
Why do they do that?
So you can't whip a full beer.
Dude, that is fucking... Oh, that's smart. The fucking Browns, the Cleveland Browns, Bottlegate threw bottles at the refs.
Yeah, I remember
Anyway,
that was hilarious.
That's why they don't let you keep bottle caps anymore.
But...
either.
Damn it. But what fucking sucks about that is these gross people put their grimy hands all over my drink. It makes me feel disgusting. It makes me genuinely not want to buy their shit.
They just be fingering your drink.
Sorry, I was just thinking about that.
It's
We can
cool that
continue.
Michael thinks that all blue collar workers are like disgusting grossos.
Everyone is disgusting. Everyone is
That's
disgusting, including me. Everyone has gross hands, including me, and I am right about this. You can all go
I'm
to
pretty
fucking
clean.
hell.
Michael will be like, oh, they work behind the counter at a stadium. They must be gross. Ew, they're probably illegal. Michael, why would you say that?
Anyway,
Randy
so
Neal gives it 3 stars. I thought this was a nasty movie, like a lot of Philip Roth's material. I was with the mother in the end and didn't blame her for quote getting on with her life. She cheated on her husband
I mean, yeah, pretty flat out.
at a
in front of him
barbecue. You fucked an architect at a barbecue. Come on, they can't
with
do
her
that.
friend.
We've all been there.
Even though I was sorry for the father who couldn't. What was with the bizarre sexual references between the father and the daughter and the jealousy of the mother, which in the film at least was not explained in the former and unjustified in the latter? I was also unimpressed with the stark ending. Was she happy with his death, or did she come to try and ensnare the mother or others, or what? One more here. Andrew gives it 2 stars.
here we go.
It is a unique plot, I will say that, hence the 1.5 stars. Aside from that, this movie has nothing to offer society. No hope, no understanding, no inspiration, no new and improved perspective. Just dull, depressing, and hopeless. Thanks for nothing, Philip Roth, and those who produced this worthless movie. Can't believe it was available
Who's
at a
Philip
public
Roth?
library.
He's the
author.
Oh, okay.
Can't believe this was available at a public library. Senseless.
This is the place where that would make the most sense.
Man.
A book at a library makes no sense.
No.
I'm with this
No,
person.
this is for the movie.
Yeah, but that also makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't like this guy. I was on his side at first.
What? So during the shoot of the movie, I read this on IMDb, Ewan McGregor would hone in his New Jersey accent by listening to recordings of Ray Liotta.
I also the way he talks in this sucks.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
awesome. Everything about this movie is incredible.
So I recently watched The Happening.
Great movie, great flick.
And Mark Wahlberg is doing this voice in it where the whole time he sounds like he's trying to like be a pussy. Like this is how like Mark Wahlberg thinks like nerds talk. Like, you know what I mean? Where it's like he's wrong, but he talks in this weird like high pitched kind of way. I swear to God that's what Ewan McGregor's doing. Ewan McGregor's doing his version of this. Whereas like how would a 1950s farmer talk? And he does this weird like soft kind of whiny voice the whole time that sucks. I hated it when he spoke.
Yeah, no, he was awful in it as well, and I like Ian McGregor as an actor. He was genuinely awful in it.
Like
I almost chose for this month of. Sorry, go on, Dave.
No, I mean it's just a flat movie. Like y'all said it before. There's nothing that really fucking happens without it just hard turning to a different direction.
But it's always like talking about as if something is happening.
Yeah.
So it's like such a bizarre watch.
There's just so many different points they could have just like shined on, and they're just like, you know what? Nah, the Swede.
Like
the Swede.
How did they make incest like serial bomber daughter dull? Like, how did they take that concept and like, let's make the worst movie we could possibly make about that?
Well, they got the right people. Dakota Fanning.
Like, it's insane. Isn't Dakota Fanning the girl in Cat in the Hat?
I don't know.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Fucking god damn it! I don't like this movie.
Oh, it's awful.
Yeah, should we wrap up on this? I'm kind of sick about talking about this fucking movie.
I'm like
this great movie, American Pastoral, 2016.
I want you. Okay, before we wrap up, you know that meme where the guy's like sitting back on his chair, and then he like sits up like when something happens, where he's like, "Oh, I'm invested now."
Yeah.
I did that like for real when she did the incest thing, except it wasn't me getting into it, it's me being so shocked. I sat up. I was like laid all the way back in the couch. I sat up on the edge of my seat and I was like, is this actually happening right now?
Out of
Is this
nowhere.
the plot?
Is this real life?
It's out of absolutely nowhere.
And then it never gets brought up again. Ever.
And it's just gone. They're just like, yeah, you know, this happened. All right. Riots.
I like
okay.
This is bad. And then it's very funny that like the dad basically sits her down and he goes, "Hey, you should bomb a post office."
Listen, Mary, you don't want to fuck
You know
me.
what?
You want to bomb a post
Listen,
office.
all those losers
quick.
out there who don't bomb post offices, they'll regret it when they're older. You can do something around here. So she decides to bomb a post office, and then he's like, "What? Why would Mary bomb a post office?" And it's like, bro, you basically told her to do it.
Yeah. Bring the war home, right? Ha ha ha.
I think the moral of the story is if he had just, fucked his kid. This might not have happened.
This might not have happened. That's the one pivotal factor that really would have changed everyone's lives.
If it wasn't for him being such a fucking priss.
Yeah. His stupid white t-shirt. No. Well, guess what, pal?
When he makes fun of his daughter's stutter. Well, like yelling at her.
Little dumbass.
That's the equivalent of when someone asked us for the JOI recording and we made fun of them because she was like, "Well, the worst he's gonna say is no, and kiss me like his dog."
Yeah.
Just absolutely fucking tore into his kid, like immediately and rough.
But it's so funny because like right after that
apologized.
happens, after he yells, he apologizes, and then she goes, "Sorry, it's just like at school. I get an idea, and then I just can't get it out of my head." It's like, what do you?
Yeah,
what?
she's like, just like at school, I take it too far, and it's like, what does that mean?
Like, and no explanation
What are you doing
there.
at school?
She tried to kiss her teacher.
Like,
She said, "Sit on me like I'm a swing,
Yeah.
crazy. That's crazy.
ride me like a slide." She said.
Like, what a fucked up, bizarre. That the people who made this movie need to go to jail. They made an actress say that.
A child actress.
Like, that's
made a-
abuse. Like,
a
that has
child
to be
actress stutter their way through that line.
psychological abuse. Like, how do you even fucking... Oh, my God. This is a bad movie.
Okay,
This
the
movie has
first
bad
time-
aura.
The time when they're like on the farm at like they're all having dinner with the family and shit, and she has like that 20-minute stutter scene. I wanted to slap the shit out of her. That was so fucking annoying. It's like, fucking just say it. Holy crap! I get
Today,
it,
Junior.
but it just
Or when
kept
she-
going.
She makes the burgers, gets mad, and then spits out the burger and throws it and yells at them for liking burgers.
Yeah, that was the lefties getting to her.
Anyway, that was American Pastoral.
Do we recommend
Pretty
this
much watched the
movie?
movie.
No.
I honestly
What?
do.
No.
No.
Do not.
Nope. Don't
I do.
waste your time. Do not waste
This
your
is
time.
a great. If could you please let me talk? This is a great movie. If it's rainy, you got all day to do nothing. You have no energy, and you want to like really space out and question everything with your wife. This is a fun time.
Don't be equating your fun time with your wife with this movie. You could have done that with any movie. Like, you just have a good marriage. That's all this is.
Yeah, you
Thank
could have done that
you.
with Star Wars Episode 1.
Like, you're just out here,
that was
like...
honestly, this month was almost going to be American Pastoral and then episode 1.
Yeah. That would have been great.
Honestly, I would have loved that. I saw
Yeah.
episode 1 in theaters within the last year.
The most
gonna be
boring
Ewan
of the
McGregor
prequels. Not even
I
the
remember
worst
seeing
one, but
that
the
when
most
it came
boring.
out when I was a kid.
Should I announce my movies for next month?
Yes. Michael, what are your movies for next month?
The first one is The Greasy Strangler from 2016. Ronnie runs a disco walking tour with his son, Braden. When a sexy woman takes the tour, it begins a competition between father and son for her love. It also signals the arrival of an oily strangler who stalks the streets at night. The Greasy Strangler from 2016.
I'm so happy you chose that. I love that movie.
And
No idea what this is.
Do we
And
want to
my-
announce the second movie here or at the
Yeah,
end?
no,
yes.
announce
Next
both.
episode?
And then my next movie is Street Trash from 1987. A group of hobos begin melting into multicolored piles of goo after drinking 60-year-old liquor. At the same time, a psychotic Vietnam War vet who rules the hobo camp snaps and begins killing at random. Two brothers set out to stop the liquor and the killer.
That's a classic. I haven't
like
seen
the,
it.
Is there a
in
theme here?
I like the.
Yeah, grime, gross,
Gross.
goo.
Yeah, grime.
'Cause
Another
Greasy Strangler is
option.
gross.
Another option for this
Sicilian.
movie. Another option for this movie was Toxic Avenger.
you mean Sicilian?
Ooh.
I said,
So I almost did Toxic
like
Avenger
for
as
grime.
well.
Like, do you
been
mean
fun.
just Sicilian?
Okay.
He's really
Thanks,
hitting
Dave.
close to home.
Does anyone have any thoughts on these movies?
Yeah, that Sicilians are greasy, grimy.
Okay, that is this episode, everyone. Thank you
Look at their
for
trash, I
coming.
guess, but-
You will see us in some more
Hey,
amount
can
of
I
time.
do the
And,
outro? This is my episode. Thank you,
the
everybody, for
next
listening.
movie.
We will
Slam Dunk
see you
Ernest.
soon.
Thanks, everyone, for
For the
listening to
next
the Turtle
movie,
Club. We really appreciate you
the
listening
next
to the
movie
Turtle
is-
Club.
And I
We
hope
got
you
a lot
all
of
have
here. You guys have yourself a wonderful
good
day.
weekend.
Email
That's
us.
good.
You can call
Oh, wait,
me.
wait, actually-
You have my
69
number.
at gmail.
You-
Yeah, the Turtle Club
Yeah.
69 at gmail.com. At
So
Turtle Club
we'll see
Pod.
you guys in a couple
Make sure
weeks.
you
Talk
title
about-
the
Take care.
2017
If you want Alan's
next.
number,
Hold your
email
loved ones
us.
close. You email me. I'll give you
We're
my
having
number.
a day. We're having a conversation about going out.
And this is Double Take. All right, see you guys. Goodbye.
Who were those people?
All right, all you turtos and turtettes. That's the show. Have yourself a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.